For Talk 90.3 Nigeria Info FM. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the month of December. Where are my Christmas songs? So Jaire. I don't know what Ife Chukwuemeka is playing. The moment we have been waiting for. So I can be playing my jingle bells, and jingling all the way. How do you feel? I wish I could have phone lines now and ask you how you feel about, being in the last month in the year. It's the second day already. The month started yesterday, and I can only wish and pray for celebrations for you and anyone connected to you in one way or the other. It's that better is the end of the matter than the beginning thereof mentality that I am walking in, or I walked into this month with. It's also the fact that it's going to be celebration all the way, so you don't have to wait until it's 25th December, gangang, or 31st December. I mean, celebrate anything. Celebrate your little wins. Celebrate being alive. Celebrate still having a job. Celebrate still having a business. Celebrate the fact that you're still standing regardless. Celebrate the fact that as much as you came into 2024 with so many hopes, aspirations, and dreams that are yet to materialize, you never know what happens in this month. You never know what happens in the remaining days of this month. See it more like a month of recovery and restoration. How about that? I'm not trying to sound like a prophetess or something, but I want us to be optimistic. Yeah. So I came this afternoon to share optimism and once again say a happy new month to you. How's your mind? How's your body? And how is your soul? My name is Dennis Wall, one and only on Nigeria Info FM. My duty here is to talk about something really important. This is because I've been saying this, and it's been happening. A lot of people will resign this December. Yes, by January 2025, so many persons will look for new jobs. In fact, some people have started applying for those jobs. So they're starting 2025 in new offices, new positions. Some people are going to even be promoted. Who knows? And with a new job opportunity comes something that is very, very important. I mean, the reason why we leave our houses every day is to earn urgent 2K, like we usually would say. Salary negotiation tactics is what we are talking about on the sunny side. Head on to X at Nigeria Info page is our X handle, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 90.3 page. Go there, watch us live, and most importantly, be a part of the conversation by dropping your comments in the comments section. And guess what? In due time, I will get to read all of those messages. Yes, you would also be able to call me, because I'll reel out the phone lines pretty soon. As soon as I'm done laying a foundation for this conversation. So, where do I begin? Okay, let me start by saying this. While we still have employers who feel they are doing employees a favor, it's more like, you see this job I'm giving to you now. I'm doing you a favor. If I didn't give you this job, hunger will kill you. If I don't give you this job, you're gonna be grateful that you have a job in the first place. Be grateful that you have something that makes you leave your house first thing in the morning, or whenever it is you leave your house. They feel like they're doing employees a favor by recruiting them and paying them whatever. You're not even happy that you're receiving 25,000 naira. You're making noise. Go and ask what other people are paying in their own offices. We are even trying here, Seth. Have we ever owed people salary? Mba. And the most that will happen is maybe your salary will be delayed by a week or two. But we still pay you at the end of the day, Abi? Thank God. Don't come and disturb me, I beg. Something like that. We also have those who tend to value employees and treat them with that value. You see, some people run business with the idea that I need these people to make my business function optimally. So all I need to do is recruit the best hands, right? And when I recruit the best hands, because of the value that they are going to give, I should be able to give them their value in terms of wages, salaries, benefits, you name it. I can't do this alone. Yes, I own this company. I have the vision, but I can't drive it. I can't be both accountant and security man and janitor and receptionist and manager and IT personnel. I can't be all of these things. No, I cannot. So when I recruit these people, they are valuable. They are the reason why this company will run and bring results. So guess what? I treat them well. But what if pay packages are dependent on how employers view potential employees at first contact? Think about it. First contact, beyond your qualifications. When they see you, they're like, this person is actually a big shot, I mean, imagine your potential employee showing up in a G-Wagon. Sorry, I'm laughing. Imagine your potential employee showing up with a police escort for an interview. Yeah, well, they're good, you mean? You see them and you're like, who knows how much this person was earning where this person was working before? Okay, before now, they used to be afraid of first class graduates. And they say they can't pay them. So first class graduates that thought that maybe straight out of school, they will earn fat salaries. The labor market will be rushing them. Came out and didn't see that as their reality because they feel like because they're first class brains, they are going to be expensive. So no, let's look for other people. Yeah, what did he made a first? No, it used to be first class brains, right? And then the experience, number of years of experience thing, then the age thing. And then the other day we talked about a lady showing up with a fashion item that the interviewers immediately knew was expensive, a handbag. And they could not tell between fake and original to know that she actually bought the fake. And they said, this person that is using this kind of handbag is bigger than this roll. Now, if someone's showing up for an interview with a G-Wagon, excuse me, ma, I want to know what is the color of your problem. Why are you trying to intimidate? Do you know if owner of the company has G-Wagon? Anyway, let me just tell the story as it was told on X. So, summary, a man who recently served as an interviewer to fill a job opening shared his experience with a female applicant. He recounted what happened when the female job seeker arrived at the venue in a G-Wagon car, accompanied by a police officer. His encounter made many people laugh, with some internet users sharing their similar experiences. So this is him, and this is stated by him. The babe I interviewed yesterday came to see me with Mopol and G-Wagon. When it was time to discuss salary expectations, I just stammer. It was more like, she was intimidating. Who knows the kind of, maybe he was driving a Corolla. Who knows? And then, of course, people started commenting. And it just reminded me of how some people get contracts and business deals. How you show up to pitch. So, you say, pay me 10 million naira. And the person looking at you feels, this one don't see 10 million. I better go sit down somewhere. And you don't feel like you're worth it. And then they try to pay you far less. But hey, you show up in a Venza. Probably show up in Lexus. luxury exported to us. Or maybe you show up in a G-Wagon, who knows, or your Mercedes, and they're like, for this person to be asking for 10 million, you'd be like, let's see how, okay, we know that you actually, but what we can afford is 7 million. See how you can help us. The negotiation changes from, have you seen 10 million naira before? From, see how you can help us collect 7 million. And then you leave there smiling and you say, no. Pay 9 million. Something like that. I like the way millions are just coming out from my mouth lately. So as I was saying, people do that. In fact, some people realize that it is a tactic. It's a tactic. It has worked for them. So they don't mind hiring vehicles to show up at certain places. They don't necessarily need to own them. So they could collect from a family member and just show up. But the question I'm trying to ask, or the question I am asking rather, is this. Pretty simple and straightforward. Does showing up rich and comfortable for an interview increase your chances of a better pay package? Before now, it was, does it increase your chances of getting the job? Now, it goes beyond getting the job to getting a better pay package. Think about it. Does showing up rich and comfortable for an interview increase your chances of a better pay package? Let's talk. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. We have the WhatsApp and Telegram number for your WhatsApp and Telegram messages. It is 0809-030-6416. Again, 0809-030-6416. On X, at Nigeria Info PH is our X handle. Again, at Nigeria Info PH. And Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Go there, watch us live. Most importantly, be a part of the conversation by dropping your comments in the comments section. On YouTube, at Nigeria Info PH.
Different ideologies
and different perspectives.
Share your views on the sunny side.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk. It's natural to have different ideologies. We tend to see things from different perspectives. So, share your views on the sunny side as we make room for philosophical, ethical, and thought-provoking discussions. The Sunny Side, 12 noon to 3 p.m., Monday to Friday, on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Alright, it's still the Sunny Side at 90.3 Nigeria Info FM, and we're talking salary negotiation tactics. My question is, the showing up rich and comfortable. You're not looking beggarly, you're looking like $1 million. I mean, from your appearance to the kind of vehicle you came in with. Anyway, if you choose to go with escort. Does it increase your chance of a better pay package? Whether it's a contract you're looking out for, you're seeking a contract, or it's a job, like a job where you get to work and earn salary, or is it going to dissuade your employers from even giving you a chance? Think about it. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. We also have 0809-030-6416. It remains the WhatsApp and Telegram number. 0809-030-6416. If those numbers are not connecting, how about you try 0817-923-0009. Now, the post on X got a lot of reactions. Now, someone reacted and said, it also depends on the field. There are some job opportunities I go for, especially government contracts. You better not carry car way past the director. Oh no. They like you looking very humble and down to earth. Okay, they like you looking very humble and down to earth. Like your life depends on them. Except, of course, you are a big name. Why would anybody want you to look like your life depends on them? And then someone else reacted, my brother did this as a fashion designer. He and 4 others were invited to the government house in Delta State for an interview. My brother made a business card in 48 hours. Pulled up in that LX 570. He was granted the job, plus other goodies. He handed out his BC. The rest is history. Someone else said, she needs the experience. If she fits, go for it. I remember one day a client walked into our office and asked all these cars, is it for staff? That day, my analyst 3 colleague came with her range. For a change, it's good to employ comfortable people. Does it tell on how the organization is rated? You know, when they step into the organization and they see that, they see the car park and they see cars parked there. And they can tell that, it's not clients that own this car. Some of them belong to clients. Some of them belong to the staff members. Does it tell on the organization? Whether or not the staff members had those cars before employment, but they are driving the cars to that place of employment, does it tell that this company is actually making good money and they are treating their staff members well and the pay package is well, so me doing business with them, does it tell on the organization? I mean, for someone to walk in and say, these cars, I'm seeing that they belong to staff members? Really? And then someone else, I won't bother interviewing this person because what is the point? I will ask her if she knows how to fundraise instead. So another person says, hope they parked beside your own G-Wagon and her mopo gisted with your mopo. And then someone says, jokes aside, for every role, I already have my pay band in mind. I know I have definitely offered people the top of the range based on optics / the interview, but I almost never go out of band. And then someone says, it's actually a negotiation tactics. I have done this without the mopole at least twice. Do you consider this a good negotiation tactics? I mean, you want these people to rate you. You want them not to see you as beggarly. You don't want them to see you as being at their mercy. Now, whether you own these things, or you have to borrow them, or you have to hire them, do you think it will increase your chances of a better pay package? That is the question. Emeka Michael says, 2015, when I got my first job, the managing director was part of the interviewers of the company. He's also my uncle's close friend. On the day of the interview, my uncle drove me from the house in his Venza car when it was raining. In fact, he called the MD to know when the interview started before he drove me to the place. His friend came out to greet him and the MD asked him if he is sure I can do the job, that the company is still growing. He was actually referring to the salary package if I can accept it. My uncle was his senior where they worked together before he opened his own company. So that respect is what the MD was considering, and also considering if I can accept it or better be employed by my uncle instead, Michael Newmaltz. Ha! Again, I ask, does it increase your chances? Do you think it would? That way you're not talking too much. You're not going back and forth on the negotiation table. You place your demands and you say, this is what you want. Either they take it or they leave it. Or maybe, at the end of the day, maybe a little bit of back and forth. It will still fall within a range that you're very, very comfortable with. But of course, you start higher. I don't know what's happening to my phone lines. Maybe I should take calls on WhatsApp. You can call 0809-030-6416. Once again, 0809-030-6416. And then, of course, still try the phone lines, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0009. Nigerian for good afternoon to you and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome.
Let us maintain his peace. This peace thing, this square, is good to maintain his peace that he commensurate and your peace. If you may lose everything. To be honest, it looks beautiful when you go to a certain organization and you see the kind of cars that are backed. You use that to measure how that organization is faring. Honestly speaking. But let's flip it. That is why there is so much corruption and massing of wealth. Do you know that some of our brothers, if you go to their compound, you won't believe you're in Nigeria. The brand and the kinds of cars being packed, the cheapest car there will be about 200 million. I feel that if this fees we should claim to maintain, we should call packaging here, works in some certain atmosphere, we should also consider, is this my money or people's money? These fees I'm maintaining, I hope it's not infringing on the benefits and enjoyment of others. Because by the grace of God, if you come here, we work. We are just managing actually. Why you laughing now? We are just managing. It's here. You know, see these little ones, they just employ you. Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's the network. It definitely is the network. It's a two-way thing. It's either it helps the negotiation table or it fails on the negative side if you goofed. That is, if you couldn't represent those packages of coming to the interview with Benz. Okay. Nigerian for good afternoon to you and welcome.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Yeah, my name is J. Collier from Port Harcourt Town.
JJ, you're welcome.
Well, I think it should depend on what the company wants.
Okay.
You know, just imagine you want to receive 100,000 as your salary, and you're coming with G-Wagon.
Who wants to receive 100,000 as salary in 2024?
How much is minimum wage?
Now minimum wage. There is also
yes, now.
Minimum is minimum. It means it can be higher.
Don't pay less than this now. 100,000 is in place now. And you come with G-Wagon. Go inside the G-Wagon to start your own company now.
Do you know how much I was earning? Do you know how much I was earning in my previous organization that I was able to buy G-Wagon?
Certainly not for the present organization that you are coming for. Well, it depends on what position and all those and the company.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, fine. But I don't see it as something that is called for. Yes, you can dress neat, dress good, not even too expensive, and go ahead. But getting a very expensive car because you're going for an interview, I think that's just doing fake life.
What if you actually? What if you
that one
actually
alone.
own the car? What if you own the car?
You own the car. How much are you coming to earn in the company you're coming for the interview? Can that job even fuel your car for the month? Okay, you are coming to earn like how much now? 50 million, 100 million? How many companies in this country will want to pay you 100 million? Or 50 million? That you are not coming with G-Wagon, with a money suit of $150,000 and maybe one Rolex of $5 million.
It's a plus to the company.
Plus, you won't come take over my company or you get another plan.
It's a plus. It's a plus.
Me and you, who won't interview who now? No, you can just need tell well, but all this show of this that you have arrived. If you don't arrive, what do they look for work? You should be employing people now.
Should be employing people. Okay.
I beg, thank you.
All right. Well, there are people that try their hands on businesses before deciding to work for somebody. And there are people that work for someone and they still have their businesses running. And let me tell you the irony of the Nigerian business space, as it were. There's some small companies. I would like to call them small companies because they probably are not. They're not listed. I don't want to use listed. Maybe they are listed. When you think of tech companies, you will not think of them first, but they are doing wonders in their little way. When you think of oil companies, you wouldn't think of them first, but they're doing wonders in their little way. When you think of broadcast organizations, you probably wouldn't think of them first, but they're doing things in their times for interviewee, the person seeking the job. They do their background checks. Beyond having branches all over the country, there are companies that have just one branch, and that one branch is doing very, very well. Their turnovers and their profits. And yes, they can afford to make their staff members comfortable. Pay them very well. They may not even be more than 10 staff members, funny enough. Have you been to some companies? And the security man, maybe 2 or 1 janitor, then the receptionist, then the oga pata, then the accountant, then maybe maximum of 15 staff members. However, you see these 15 staff members, their pay package is good. So beyond employing plenty people, having big office, you have just a few persons that run the day-to-day activities. And you see the efforts that they put in is actually bringing in the turnover. So the businessman or the owner of the business says something like this: I'd rather have one person who is very competent and can do the job take home a pay package of like 500K than employ 2 to 3 persons that I'll have to start paying 150,000. So who knows the role this person is applying for? Who knows the industry or the sector? Who knows what the pay package is like? You know, before now, a lot of people wanted to work in oil companies, oil money. That's why, you know, people that go to rig workers, offshore, onshore, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, and all that, because they believe those people had better pay package. Hello, have you seen some people that are not oil workers? The people in tech, the people in, name those industries that are thriving now. What if they can afford to pay? What if you're coming from an organization that paid you well, and maybe for some reason you needed to broaden your horizon, you needed to try something new, and you're leaving, and from the pay package you got in the previous organization, you were able to maintain a standard of living, comfortable. You show up and you're looking like, wow, looking good. Are you sure you need this job? Again, someone already said it's a negotiation tactic. But is it a negotiation tactic that works? Does it increase your chance of a better pay package? Or does it rule you out completely? Ernest from Woody says this is what you get when a society sees driving big cars and having exotic... Okay, this is what you get when a society sees driving big cars and having escorts as a sign of big man. In some places in the world, you can fly a private jet to a job interview and nobody will send you. The only reason the employers will think he won't be able to pay him or her because of the G-Wagon is because his mentality is doing the man he wants to employ a favor. So seeing that big car, he or she will think, I can't pay this dude. And it's from Woji. This message says, yes, it can. And I learned this the hard way in London. My style is very laid back. I don't do the full face bits that's very popular on Instagram. I genuinely hate super long nails. I've never been into human hair or baby front hair. I don't walk well in very high or thin heels. I honestly don't like designers because I find most of them to be tacky. Plus, I'm not going to spend a lot of money to buy a bag or outfit that many other girls have. And I look a lot younger than my age. The combination of all this makes people to underestimate me. I notice people would comfortably price me down like they were doing me a favor. I can live most of my life in jeans. But what I learned to do after a particularly bad experience was to upgrade my look and walk into my petty era. So, I'll still wear jeans to certain places, but I'll team it with a corporate shirt blazer, my normal makeup, hair that I'm comfortable with, jewelry, natural manicure, and 3-inch block heels. There are places I don't go without a car. I'd rather do a Zoom video call and I'll be fully dressed and made up. Some years ago, I went to an interview and when they asked what I wanted to get paid, I said 3 million naira. They didn't think I was entitled to a mere 3 million naira per month despite my previous experience and what they wanted me to do. When I left that interview was when I knew I had a petty soul. They wanted to start a magazine, but the content of the magazine was wrong for the audience they were targeting. I knew they didn't know the audience even half as well as I did. I have magazine experience from London, from columnist all the way to editor-in-chief. I know by instinct and experience what makes a magazine work. I set up my own blogazine, which is a marriage between a blog and a magazine, targeted, and took that audience from right under the noses of the people I interviewed with. And I got paid. From being seen as one who they are doing a favor to actually being seen as one who offers value. Is it about the looks? Is it about what you drive? Is it about it could be anything, right? But if someone has said it is 100,000 I want to pay the whoever is going to fill in this role, how would you showing up in a very fancy car, showing up looking rich and comfortable, change it? Some job opportunities will state how much you're going to be paid upfront. We are looking for accountant, salary range between 150 and 200,000. Have that in mind. When you are applying, don't even think we are going to change. We have checked ourselves. We have checked our account. We have checked what we have. And this is what we are going to pay whoever is going to come. Have first class, third class, be rich, be this, it's not our business. And there are times when it is left open. Let's see how much you value yourself. Let's see how much you think you are worth. How about that? I think I'm worth 5 million naira. This is what I'm bringing to the table. I beg me, we hear what? How much is my salary for here? Or could it be that you're asking for far more than what the MD CEO is even taking home? Because some MD CEOs are on pay packages as well. Or maybe you're asking for far more than your interviewers are being paid. I'm Sogi Fubara from Port Harcourt. The company will pay you based on what they have set aside for the job role. Except it's for a highly sought after role where getting someone may be difficult. Just me saying. If the job role is open for negotiation, then your appearance may cause for some shift depending on the role and expertise the employee presents before the employer. I can squeeze in one call and then wrap up the conversation. Trending stories comes up at 1, and thereafter some live appearances, and Sunnyside continues. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809-030-6416. We're still live on Facebook. Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and on X at Nigeria Info PH. A message here on Facebook. Good afternoon, Denise. Concerning this matter, of course, no. It's rather by your qualifications and educational knowledge. Not all this showing up rich and comfortable. It's not by appearance, but by what you can offer. Godwin from Alakaya. Not by appearance, but by what you can offer. So what can you offer? Someone else says, well, this is a pattern that has worked for so many people, especially in some cities in Nigeria. It's called fake it till you make it, especially if you don't own some of those things. There are people that like the glam and the luxury. It could work in your favor as the employee, and it could work in the favor of the employers. Like you said from one of the comments, a client walks into your organization, looks at your car park, and sees the quality of vehicles parked there. And the client thinks highly of the organization. You never know the businesses, the contracts that the business would get based on having rich and comfortable staff members. Soji Michael sent that in. Okay. Well, whatever works for you. But then it shouldn't be like that lady who was never called back because she showed up in an expensive handbag. Well, that was the fake of it. Final call on Nigerian Info. Good afternoon to you and welcome.
Hello?
I can hear you. Welcome.
Oh, sorry. Your line is too low.
Your line is not clear. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Let me call you back.
We may not have time for the call back because we need to end this right now and move on to other things. But thank you, everyone who was able to join the conversation, for being a part of a conversation. Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome. Hello? Hello? Okay.
Hello?
Can you hear me? All right. I'm so sorry about that. Thank you once again. Sunnyside continues. Stay tuned.
Different ideologies.